Origin, I just realised I am wearing blue. No, hold on. I just realised I was wearing blue. I'm still wearing blue. You know what? Screw it, dude. I'm exhausted right now, to be fair. So it is what it is right now. But hey, guys, there you go. Set it down. BKR Sport. We are live for the State of Origin, New South Wales versus Queensland in Game 2 of the women's game, which is going to be an exciting one because the first one was, well, look, it was all Blues way. However, in Game 1 last year, New South Wales actually went up to Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane and did a number over the Maroons there too before ultimately losing the series by actually losing the second one in Newcastle, and then the third one I believe was up in Townsville. But overall, yeah, the first game did go the same way last year, but the series winner was actually the one who lost the first game. So look, the Blues have still got a lot to do here. They are going to come in as favourites for sure. This is at Allianz Stadium in Sydney, where they are playing as the home team. But then again, they did lose that game too last year as the home team. I'm telling you, they did still lose it. So although I maybe mess him up, but this is kind of like the only clean shirt I have right now. I'm in Thailand, as a lot of you do know, and I'm currently doing a fitness retreat for 6 weeks, 2 months, right? So it is full on, and I need to do my washing, man. So if I'm wearing this, forgive me, but there's still red there, right? There's still red in the mighty cubbies. Get around it. But all right, let's get into these two team lineups here for today's game. Obviously, hit that like button and subscribe, and we will be live for every single game this weekend. We'll be live for every single one. We weren't able to do last week for a lot of them because I was getting out of India, but now I am set in stone where I am, so we'll be back to regular live streams. Now, the Blues, they are at home at Allianz Stadium playing against the Maroons, the away team. The in for the Blues, Bridie Parker, there is no out. The fullback is Abby Church, with the wingers being Jamie Chapman and Jamie Frezard. Centres of Jessica Sturgis and Isabel Kelly. The dynamic Roosters duo in the centres, and Isabel Kelly is the captain. Go to the 5'8", Tiana Panatani Gray, and the halfback is Jessie Southwell. You go to the front row forwards of Simone Matalfa and Ellie Johnston. The number 9 is Keely Davis. The back row is Kezzy Apps and also Yasmin Clydesdale. And the 13, Olivia Koenig, with the interchange being Jocelyn Kelleher, Kennedy Cherrington, Sarah Tongatuki, and Emma Varun. The 18th player replacement is Shaylee Bent, and Bridie Parker is the 19th, with the coach not being on here, which is with NRL.com, unfortunately. But that is the Blues team. Very good Blues team as per usual. You would expect them to have a strong showing, but with the women's game being so fresh, right? The women's game as a professional sporting franchise, professional sporting organisation has only really been going since like 2018, right? When the NRLW started. I think it was 2018, it might have been 2017. Before that, it wasn't really a big time professional outing. The NRLW only started up a few years ago. So this game is still very much in its development stage, and I feel like people don't understand that we're lying to you, because I genuinely will tell you, I don't watch the WNBA and I do watch the NBA. I don't watch European football women's of Man City, but I do watch, the Premier League, and I do watch football. This one absolutely is one of them that I do enjoy. So, look, it's it's a developmental sport right now where they are growing and growing, and it is fast growing as well. The support is growing, and also the players are growing. But with that being said, and the whole point of what I'm saying this is that you still never really know what's going to happen. You still don't have the full-blown kind of understanding and knowledge of kind of everything that should go to plan. Like, should New South Wales do it? Sure. But then again, I also make this point, and I say the NRL has had massive amount of upsets this year regardless, and they've been going around for 120 odd years. So, look, maybe I'm just full of shit and I'm just all over the shop, but the point of the matter is that anything can happen in this sport, and we've seen it time and time again, and especially when it's a developmental kind of early on stages of how this sport is going to evolve. Now, for Queensland, on the other hand, you've got Chelsea Aladotsi and Hayley Maddock coming in, with a Georgia Hanaway going out. Chelsea is a big bobber man, so there's a big in there for Queensland, and Hayley Maddock also comes in. Now, the fullback is Tamika Upton with the captaincy, with the wingers being Julie Robinson and Jasmine Peters. Centres of Rory Owen and Shanae Shisoka. You go to the 5'8", Taryn Aiken, with the 7, Ali Brigginshaw. She needs to have a big game today. Mackenzie Wheel and Jessica Ellison are the 2 props, with Lauren Brown as the number 9. You go to the back row of Sienna Lafippo and Romy Teitzel, and the 13 is Keely Joseph. The interchange, Jada Ferguson, Sophie Hollingman, Chelsea Kelsey Lenarduzzi and Tavana Papali'i, with the 18th player replacement being Hayley Maddock and the 19th player replacement being Destiny Brill, which is interesting to see her on the bench because she is a very good player. And the coach is Tani Norris. This is a strong Queensland lineup, but they are still missing Shannon Marto. They are still missing a couple of players here and there that would have taken them to that next level, and where they've won the Origin for the last back-to-back years, right? So there is a lot here for the Maroons where they do have a star-studded lineup, but the problem remains that 1 through 5 of New South Wales is OP. It's overpowered. It's ridiculous. Jamie Chapman, Jessica Curtis, Isabel Kelly, and Tammy Fraser as the 2 through 5. And the fullback being Abby Church from the Parramatta Eels, the Squeals. That is a fantastic 1 through 5. And then you compare that with the Queensland team that does have a good 1 through 5. Tamika Upton is a Dally M winner. She's incredible, being one of the best players in the NRLW for many years now. Julie Robinson is solid there for the Broncos. Jasmine Peters was great, whether it would be for the Titans or now the Cowboys. And Shanae Sissoko and Rory Owen are going to absolutely do the job at a great level, but the stars of that New South Wales 1 through 5 is just so hard to go past. You go to the halves though, and Jessie Southwell is a massive up and comer, but Ali Brigginshaw's been there and done it before. She is one of the greatest players of all time in the NRLW. Unfortunately, it is seeming like it is going too far past it now, and that's with all due respect, because she has been one of the greatest players to play this game in the women's sport. So, look, love Ali. I think she's done an enormous amount of work, but tonight's a very big game for her. Tonight is a very, very big game for Ali Brigginshaw to prove that she still has what it takes to be the Queensland 7, man. So, looking forward to what Ali can do. Look, if you're going to ask me to go which halves are better, I am taking the halves of Queensland still. Ali Brigginshaw and Taryn Aiken is a fantastic halves pairing there. Jessie Southwell and Tiana Penatani-Gray. Tiana usually plays on the wing, I'm pretty certain, for the Sharks, and was at the Eels. I couldn't remember her playing in the 5/8, but she is there. So on the basis of Taryn Aiken is an NRLW Premiership winning 5/8 with the Roosters, and Ali Brigginshaw is an NRLW Premiership winning halfback with the Broncos, and also has one Origin. Same with Taryn. I would lean with the two halves there for Queensland. And the forwards, the biggest issue is losing Shannon Marto. Shannon Marto is just an absolute machine when it comes to the NRLW for the Gold Coast Titans. You could make the argument, and I would definitely say that she is the best front row forward in the game, and it's a great 1-2 punch with her and Jessica Ellison, who do also play for the Titans in the NRLW. And then you would have had the complete front row of Shannon Marto, Lauren Brown, and Ellison, all Titans players in that front row. And I'm telling you, like, although you may think I'm biased, blah blah blah, don't really care. The point of the matter is that those three there would be an absolutely fantastic 3 up front, and that's no negative to Mackenzie Wheel. It's just that you're stepping into some pretty big shoes in Shannon Marto's shoes, is what I would say there. The back row is, look, love the back row for Queensland, but that New South Wales back row is just absolutely disastrous for Queensland, man. That is a disastrous looking back row, and then including Olivia Koenig, who obviously is Dally M winner. Look, you have to tip. You do have to go and tip the Blues. Like, you have to tip them. But look, Queensland, whenever you go against them, they always just turn up. They did this last year. They came and won last year. So, look, obviously I'm going to be backing in my Maroons. I really do feel like I want to change this shirt, but I just don't know. Like, the only other shirt that I have right now that's clean is the Titans shirt, and it's blue. It's blue, lads. Then what do you want me to do here? What do you want me to do? I've had we've done 4 or 5 workouts today. It's nutso. I'm telling you, it's nutso. I don't have anything else, man. I'm gonna just have to wear this Cubs shirt. It's Cubs. It's not Blues, that's for sure. Yeah, no, there's just nothing. Listen, you're just going to have to deal with it today. And if you think that I'm not a Queenslander, well, you can eat a dick. So, alright guys, let's get into the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Obviously, that like button and subscribe. And, yeah, forgive for the sweat, because it is hot here in Thailand. The humidity is something else. It is something else. Alright, so Jack Kirkland says, hey, Blaze, hello, Jack. Let's move this chat over there. Go shirtless, Rocky and you ass. Slapper, you always comment one comment just out of nowhere. Just one comment. It's always a good one, though. You make your moment. You make your moment, that's for sure. Real Fan Sports is Up the Maroons. Yeah, good man. Okay, so Mr. Up the Maroons is getting around the Tigers, though. He's an American. Real Fan Sports teams. He's what's the 3-time Wooden Spooners in a row. The team that lost 64-0 on the weekend. Biggest loss in a long time, to be fair. But you have the audacity to jump on the Queensland bandwagon? No, listen, you want to jump on the Tigers bandwagon of being down the bottom of the table? Then you go do your thing, son. You go do your thing. But since when you become a Queenslander? But then again, you made the right choice anyway. Brocky Sports said hello. Real Fan Sports didn't know Andy Reid coaches the Cubs now. I look absolutely nothing like Andy Reid. Like, quite literally, absolutely nothing. At no point has anything that I look like Andy Reid. How have I just been compared with Andy Reid? You are a massive muppet. Daryl Weller says Queensland hopefully start Lynn Tootsie. She's a fantastic bopper, man. You know, you got to get her in. She's a bopper. She's an absolute bopper. Gavin says, how you find Hua Hin, bro? Hot and tiring, but very fun. I'm loving it here, man. I enjoyed Bangkok for the 2 days that I was there, and now I'm here in Hua Hin for the next 6 weeks to 2 months kind of deal. And yeah, man, settling in, but it's difficult, bro. It's not like a relax. It's like I'm doing fitness when you wake up. An hour after that, again, and again. So it's like fitness, and it's great. And I'm going to be so fit by the end of it. But gee whiz, it's exhausting in this kind of humidity and whatnot. But no, it's good. Beach isn't as great as the Gold Coast beaches, though. I will throw that one out there. But it's still fine. Just don't go down near that mountain temple where there's a lot of monkeys hanging around. Nice little monkeys. Not nice though. Not nice monkeys half the time. Jack says it's still 30 minutes per half. It is still 35 minutes per half, isn't it? Now I'm confused. I'm pretty certain it's 35 minutes per half, no? Also, I have to change the time zone from Thailand time zone to... Oh, no, I think that it actually... No. So I'm pretty certain when I was looking at this over the weekend, I think when I got here on Sunday... Shit, what day did I get here? I think I got here on Sunday, and I was watching the Sharks Manly game. I'm pretty certain because I was going to try and stream it, but for some reason YouTube didn't think it was me, and anyway, I messed up. So I was going to do the Sharks Manly game, but I couldn't. But the point of the matter is that it actually does it normal. So I don't know what it was with India, but in Thailand for some reason that actually works like normal. Bressy says they are leaps and bounds above women's rugby league than every other country. What's your point there, Bretsy? Sure. Like, are you saying that the Australian women are much better than every other country? If that's what you're saying, then sure. Maybe not New Zealand, leaps and bounds, but outside of Australia and New Zealand, yeah. But what are you trying to say there? Like, what's your point? I don't disagree with you. United sucks as Jess Curtis will score tonight. Take that, Lomax. Okay. Jav Foy says, good luck with your health and wellness program, brother. Yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good one. Skunkle says, Real Fan Sports, glad you're still with us, mate, after last week. After last week? What do you do? Oh, glad you're still alive. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, Mitchell's still trying to survive. Mitchell, as a Tigers fan, he's just trying to figure out what life is at the moment. And look, fair enough. You know, listen, aren't you lucky, Mitchell? Aren't you Tigers fans out there lucky? I've been called a fucking Tigers hater all damn well year long. Everyone's been saying, oh, you're a Tigers hater. You hate the Tigers. Oh, why do you keep saying they're not that good yet? Why do you keep saying they're developing? Why do you keep saying that they're still young? You know, this team is doing well. Well, take that 64-0 and shove it right up there, because I've not insulted the Tigers at any stage. This isn't you, Mitchell. I've never insulted the Tigers at any stage. I've just told you to be patient, because this team is still going to be in the fresh stages, right? In the fresh stages. I've tried to explain this, and I continuously get called a Tigers hater. So like I said, grab that 64-0 to the people out there who say that I'm a Tigers hater and shove it right up there, because honestly, it annoys the crap out of me that I continuously get told that I hate this team when I don't. I'm just trying to help you out to understand where your team is at right now. And that right there is not necessarily where your team is at. You are better than the 64-0, but that still happened. So I will tell you, I wasn't upset at the result. Just because I knew that a lot of Tigers fans out there who think I'm a hater, but just because I had an analytical opinion about where the club is at right now. Skunkle says, glad you're still alive and well, Mitch. Jay says, how many ping pong shows have you seen so far? Deary me, the old ping pong shows. None, mate, none. Absolutely none, and I'm never going to. Jared says, I'd love to Bangkok. I think you need to change that to I'd love to go to Bangkok, not I'd love to Bangkok. Saying I'd love to Bangkok is a little bit of a... I think you need to clarify that one. So Queensland and New South Wales are out in the field right now. They're about to do the national anthem. Justin Barton says, Buller brother, go to New South. Oh, no. It's New South Wales, mate. You can't, there's no New South. There's no New South. New South what? So it's new... And it's south, but it's what? It's new and it's south, but what's the next part? You can't New South in your mouth. Like, what's New South? You need New South Wales or New South Wales? I'll go the Fails if you want. No, Jason, kind of blues. Let's pump these cane toads. No. United States is Mitchell hearing this must be tough. Mitchell knows that I'm not referring to him though. Like Mitchell is very aware that I'm not referring to him. Skogger says, were you lucky enough to go to the game last week? Me? What? What are you talking about? What do you me? Go to the game last week? What game are you talking about? GTGT says, what do the Blues look like they are on roids? It looks like it's pouring down rain. I'm going to skip over that comment, but it looks like it's pouring down rain. Well, it doesn't look like it's pouring down rain. It looks really wet on the field, but they look all dry out there. Mitch says, I love it when you hate the Tigers. Tigers fans in this channel are insufferable. They are. They are. You're one of the very few that aren't. You know, like, I've had to force myself to continue. It doesn't look like it's even raining. Why was it so wet on the ground? Why does it look so wet on the pitch? Is it raining? Oh no, they've all got like covers on, but it's not. It must have rained beforehand. Must have have been a ping pong show there beforehand. I only here for a minute. Just thought I would leave that there. What did you say, Andrew? Andrew said Tigers and Eels hater. Yeah, mate, you're 17th, all right? You're 17th. Settle down over there, Mr. Parramatta. Settle down. Justin Barton says, let's go let's go Penatani for 2 meat pies. Well, she is playing in the 6, man, so I wouldn't necessarily look for that. But when the women's game, honestly, anyone can score. I would say that you rarely will see front rowers score in the men's game, but in the women's game, you wouldn't put it past Chelsea Leonarduzzi going over. You wouldn't put it past Caitlin Johnson or Ellie Johnston going over kind of deal. Like the big boppers in the women's game are so tough to bring down because of the body structures and the way that the game is that I'm telling you, getting on a front rower in this sport in women's rugby league is actually good value. Scarrow says, New South in your mouth. You are a Kiwi. Justin says, let's go. Jay says, Wales. He loves his mate. I wonder how he's doing nowadays, Jay. I wonder how he's doing. Oh, no. Why is Nate J being told he's Clive Palmer? Oh, yeah, shit. No, okay, yeah, no, we're definitely getting that comment removed. I didn't say it. I didn't say what he said, but I'm glad that someone removed the comment. No, I understand, Nate J. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, everyone's entitled to their perspective, but also that opinion and perspective comes with other people having opinion and perspectives, which means that there's going to be people who disagree with you, regardless of if you're Indigenous or not. And it's like, we just don't want to have to deal with that here. That's why I don't really like to talk politics on this channel, because no matter what, regardless if you are, like no, we're not going to get into it. But the point about it is that it's no hate on you. It's just we try to keep politics and stuff off the channel. Did see that, Jay. Did see that. Did see your comment as well. United sucks as it pissed down in Sydney today for like 10 minutes, like bad piss down. That's why very wet. Oh, okay, there you go. Rain. It's been raining heaps here. But all right, game. It's about to get kicked off here. Let me refresh this score, and let me know if it works. Like if the time is actually correct. Because it did work correctly last week. All right, we are underway. New South Wales will kick it off here to Queensland, where it's going to be Tamika Upton who grabs it, gives it off here to the Papa. Jeez, he'll get taken down here at the 25 or so. Seth Rice, I love your shirt. It's a good shirt, eh? You know, I got it in Hawaii. It's a Chicago Cubbies. It's really nice. Like it's beautiful for this kind of weather. It's really nice. It's like easy to wear. So. It costs a bit though. It costs a bit in American dollars. So third tackle now. Olivia will remember it, but I remember Olivia definitely. I think it was Sarah. Was her name Sarah or something that came in here saying that the game was over. New South Wales won the series with like 5 minutes to go, and then Queensland scored a double, and then Lauren Brown kicked the field goal to win the game in New South Wales. Is that it doesn't. Oh, she put her foot over the sideline. No. That should have been Queensland ball at the 10, but sure. That should have been Queensland ball at the 10, but, you know, anyway, we'll just pretend like Belinda Sharp's not refereeing. Brocky Sports is Queensland 112. We'd love to see it. So the Blues here, it'll be third tackle. Jeez, it is so wet out there. Like, it's not raining, but it is so wet from the rain beforehand. Andrew says, too bad the baseball team is shit. They are actually killing it, but let it be. I will not let it be. What are the Red Sox doing right now, you bandwagon, Muddabish? She's lost that ball. No, apparently not. Forward tackle now for the Blues. And now fifth at the 45. Gee, she's a massive unit, Johnston. She's just a massive unit. Andrew's going to start its political channel. Good luck with that, brother. Andrew's going to start its political channel. I wouldn't listen to Andrew if you bloody forced me to. Andrew, politics. That guy supports the Eels. Dearie me, I can stomach ScoMo going with the Sharks, and I can stomach Albanese going for the Rabbitohs. But Andrew being Prime Minister and going for the Eels, I can't do that. So he even got nothing to do with the Eels just because he's a Muppet. And penalty for Queensland at the 30. Penalty for Queensland at the 30 on third tackle. That's going to help massively. Sarah Tonga-Tuki from the Blues gives it away. Skungle says, Timberwolves are into the conference finals. Day one fan. Yep, you're getting timed out for a minute just because you are the biggest bandwagoner that I've ever seen in my life. Olivia Reed with the $8.02 donation. Get around your Olivia. I was just mentioning you because we're talking about your friend Sarah from Game 2 last year. Says, I'm here another day, another dono. Missed you, my bro. We have a big game today. We've got to get up there and get the ball. We do have a big game today. We've got a big weekend this weekend. 2 games tomorrow, 3 games on Saturday, and 3 games on Sunday, and I'll be here for the entire time. But, yeah, that was a pretty hectic weekend last weekend, of course. Second tackle of Queensland at the 40. It wasn't as bad as, like, everyone was making it to be, but, like, it was, the more nerves was coming from the fact that, like, missiles and shit getting shot at Delhi, and I just wanted the plane to leave. So, that was kind of the biggest freak out. But overall, at the end of the day, we're sweet, and India's sweet, and hopefully ceasefires can maintain. Out of the left-hand side, and it's going to be Tamika Upton taken down here at the 20 on 4 tackle. Oh, I love Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's great. She helped Queensland to an almighty series victory last year. But thank you very much for your dono. All right, Jessica Elliston now. Fit tackle at the 15. Fit tackle. And gives it to Lauren Brown. Lauren Brown off to Taryn Aiken. Aiken kicks it through. Nice little kick there. Sits up and... I tell you what, this ball surely is going to be knocked on a lot today, and that is a knock-on right there. So Queensland are going to get the ball 10 metres out. Come on, Maroons. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know, it sucks. Is the one thing I don't like about women's rugby league is you can hear the players talking to one another. Then that, I love it. Other than that, I love it. You can hear the players talking one another. What do you mean? As in you can hear them talking to each other? Why do you hate that? Nate JC, that's a soft call. That's probably the best call I've ever seen in my life. Well done, Belinda Sharp. Defense there from Isabel Kelly. That is fantastic defense. Out of the left side now. They give it to Lauren Brown. Then off to... Is that Shisolko? No, I can't even see. To be honest, I don't even know. You never know, mate. Lauren Brown, she'll go out to the left-hand side there, about 5 metres out. You can't even barely see the lines on the field. That's how much this rain has impacted this field. It's very difficult. You kind of have to take an educated guess. Like, you can see the 10, but you can't see the line. You can see another line like 5 metres back, which I don't even know what that other line is for. Is it for football, or what's this other line for? Why is there so many lines on the field? This isn't Caxton Street. Out of the right-hand side, Tamika Upton. Short ball, Queensland, 3 metres out. Fit tackle, 3 metres away from the line. 5 minutes into the game. Wow, that 5 minutes went quick. I don't know. That 5 minutes just seems like it was... In 2 seconds, knock on there by the Blues, and it's going to be a... This may be a try here for Queensland. This may be a try for Queensland. She's got no try. It's definitely a knock-on from the Blues first, but there may be a try here. Like, she's right there. So she's onside to make Upton. And there's going to be a knock-on there from... Is that... oh, she's grounded it there, I reckon. I think she's grounded at that as well. She may have. This is close, though. This should be the angle here. That's... Oh. Is that class as a grounding? This will be 50-50. I think they'll call it based off of... Yeah? She's trying to gain possession. I agree with the bunker here, but I would have probably lent with on-field decision. They're going to call this a try. So they're going to call this a try. I probably, as a Queenslander, would have lent with the on-field decision here because that is a very interesting call. So it's going to be a call to try. It's 4-0 ahead of the Queenslanders. Let's go. But I will say, as a Queenslander, as in the bunker, probably would have said, I can't conclusively say that she is not trying to ground the ball. I don't think she's trying to, I just think she's trying to grab the ball. I think that you can definitely argue what the bunker is saying here, but it is still harsh because she is trying to regather it. Look, I think that's a harsh call. Especially with the on-field call being from Belinda Sharp, no try, and they've overturned it to try. You need conclusive evidence. So if I'm going to be fair, I don't necessarily agree that's a try. Entertainer says, pay the internet bill, bro. I'm in Thailand, mate. I'm in Thailand. Also, no one's really had a problem with it so far except for you. Also, you thought that the background here looked like Dubai. So, I think there's more of an issue with, one, your team is in 17th, and also, two, and that's the only team that I can talk shit to right now. So, out of all the teams, I can talk shit to one team, and that's your team. And secondly, I am in Thailand. So, and you're the only one who's been complaining. So, what are you talking about? The stadium is nice, Uncle too. Bad Rooter fans don't go to games. The stadium is nice, Uncle. Bad Rooter fans. Who are you talking about? I actually rate the stadium. Allianz Stadium. Yeah, Allianz Stadium's a good stadium. Tavi says, look, grounded to me. That's what I'm saying. I would lean definitely with the on-field decision. I think that was the wrong call. I would lean with the on-field decision. I don't think you can guarantee to me that she wasn't trying to put that ball down when, at the end of the day, she probably was. So I would say that based off of the on-field decision, you would call that a no try. And that's coming from a Queenslander. No, it's explosive. Have you been to Bali before? No, I haven't been to Bali yet. Potentially by the end of this year at some point, but we'll see. United Sucks says, Antanas, I hope your pillow is warm tonight. You ever been to Buffalo in USA? What is Buffalo in the... What are you doing? What, you've come in here. Hold on, let me see your comment history. You come in here, said Queenslander, and then you said in Dubai, which... Does this look like a... This is kind of the way this place is built, look like a Dubai. And then you come in saying, pay the internet. You're the only one who's complained about the internet. Alright, so Queensland now, they go to the left-hand side, 30 metres out, 35 metres out, now 40. And then you ask me if I've been to a random place in America. Buffalo. What's happening, entertainers? Have you been smoking today? It's legal to smoke weed in this country. I don't think it's legal where you are, though, in New South Wales. Buffalo wings are good, Nate, but I can't currently have them. Alright, so Queensland now will kick this ball down. That's another great kick. Is it not 50-30 in the women's game? No, is it 40-30? What's the women's game one? Is it 40-30 or is it 50? No, it's 40-30. The rugby union's like 50-30 or some shit. 40-30 is women's game, isn't it? Have you ever been to Buffalo in the USA? I'm going to the Bills vs Chiefs. Curious if you've been. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I grew up there. Yeah, no, I grew up at the stadium. I grew up actually in the stadium. I'm a massive Buffalo Bills fan. Massive, huge. Mitchell says, ever been to Belgrade? Actually, fun fact for you, I grew up in Buffalo and then went to Belgrade. Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. No, it's fantastic. Belgrade or Buffalo, probably would select Belgrade just after I go to the Ukraine. So that's going to be a penalty here to the Blues at the 30 on their own side of the field. And they're not going to try and kick it over the sideline. They'll just give it off here to Johnson. She'll run it up to the 40. Yeah, 50-22 for Union. Thank you, Skunkle, for the 2-metre adjustment. Thank you, Skunkle. Niagara Falls is there. Thought you like sightseeing. Oh, because I don't go to Niagara Falls, I don't like sightseeing. I'll just go and visit the Taj Mahal instead. Let's go visit the Taj Mahal. Maybe I'll go visit like a Bangkok or something. So maybe I'll go visit like about 1 trillion other things except for the one specific place that you're talking about, Niagara Falls. Very interesting. Very interesting. So guys, if you have not been to Niagara Falls yet, you do not like sightseeing. Even if you've seen the Great Barrier Reef or the Taj Mahal or Women's Rugby League, you don't like sightseeing unless you've been specifically to the Niagara Falls. Deary me. You know? There's a world traveller over here. Mr. World Travel Entertainer who only goes to America every year. So it's going to be the Blues to kick this ball up to the 20. That's going to be, I think, a knock on there from the Blues. I don't know. No. Unfortunately, you don't get it. So 10 minutes into the game here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 10 minutes into the game. The best sightseeing you will do is watching the Eels fans cry after they get pumped every week. I didn't say this, entertainers. This was the chat. This was the chat. Mount Druitt River is a great spot. If you haven't been to the Mount Druitt River yet, or Penrith Beach, I'm telling you, you just don't know what sightseeing is. You just don't know what sightseeing is. Can you guys just confirm for me? Was Hayden just being a massive muppet, or is the internet like a little bit shaky? Do I need to switch over to my hotspot? It's a genuine potential. It is a genuine potential here because it looks like it's kind of freezing up for me a little bit. Homeless Hill in no, that's not what we're going to be talking about. Oh, jeez, and I've just taken this out, and now my game is completely frozen. Can you guys just confirm for me that we are still live? I've heard Cooper Petey is unreal as. Let's try and refresh this again. I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, so that's going to start charging any moment now. Live, yes. Okay, so everything is sweet. It is a little freezy. Okay, well, let me just switch over. Let's switch over the internet. It's alright. Queensland going to win by 100 anyway, aren't they? Aren't they? Give me one sec. Hopefully because for some reason this internet, I'm probably going to be moving into like the accommodation section because I heard the internet might be right. I can live with the freezing. No, but I can't because the game is frozen for me right now. Let's go on to personal hotspot. This might cut out for like 2 seconds, guys, so you're going to have to refresh in just a moment. No, the problem, Olivia, isn't actually your side. The problem is my side because I'm trying to watch the game right now, and the game's not coming up. The game's not coming up. Freshly burnt cars and shit-stained mattresses is remarkable. Yeah, no, sounds remarkable. Alright, so I'm going to switch this. Okay, it may cut out for like 2 seconds here, guys. Just give me a moment. Back on, reconnecting. And no, okay, we're back on. Let me know when we are live again, because the game's working for me again now. Alright, so Queensland with the ball here at the 30. Let me know how many fingers I'm holding up. And knock on for Queensland. Knock on from Queensland. Knock on from Queensland to the Blues. We'll get the ball here at the 30. Damn, it's so hot right now. 7 fingers, Olivia. No, unfortunately, I'm not from New South Wales. This was only 1, but in New South Wales, that counts for 7. So knock on there from Queensland. So the Blues are going to get an attacking opportunity. Just one. Just one. And Tamika Upton, of all players, is the one who slips over. This is going to be a tough game in these wet weather conditions, man. It's going to be a tough game in these wet weather conditions, especially if you've got a Dally M winner in Tamika Upton, one of the best fullbacks in the game of all time. You'd have to say she's the best fullback of all time in the NRLW. You'd have to. All right, so Blues here, 20 metres away from the line. Out to the left, Olivia Koenig, then off to Johnson, and Johnson's going to be 15 metres out now. 15 metres out. He's going to roll it back. Davis out to the left. Gives it underneath. Chapo trying to sneak through. Can't do it though. 10 metres out. What about Walsh? What do you mean, what about Walsh? Are you the hotspot for your phone? Looks like it. Mate, I'm in Thailand. It is extremely humid right now. So yes, I am the hotspot for the phone. I am sweating like a crazy man. I've done 4 workouts today, man, and I am dead mundos. So the Blues underneath, they're 5 metres away. Saratonga Tuki. No, sorry, Simone Talfa. Simone Talfa, sorry. 3 metres away from the line. Fit tackle. Out to the back. Kicks through. It will sit up in this wet weather. And the dropout will come. You can kick this ball as hard as you want. And yet that ball will sit up at some point. Oh, Walsh, the best fullback in the NRLW. Oh, thank you, Slabber. Thank you. Show us your abs or guns, bro. Man, I've been here for like 2-3 days, mate. I've been here for like a couple of days. But I love Simone Talfa. She's a straight up brute. Yeah, Simone Talfa is fantastic. She did rob Georgia Hale of the. She did rob Georgia Hale the other year, but no, she is incredible for the Canberra Raiders. She's still at the Raiders now. Yes. He's going to be an influencer now. It wouldn't surprise me. He's kind of been aiming towards that for a long time. All right, chat, stop being gay. The Blues here, 15 metres away. But yeah, Talfa just keeps on going, man. She just doesn't stop. Georgia Hale still deserved the 13 of the year the other year, though. The lock of the year. All right, out to the back, over the top, out of the wing, Jamie Chapo, one-on-one. But great defense there from Julie Robinson of the Broncos. She'll take it down 3 meters out, and it's going to be offside against Queensland, so a penalty coming up. GC Titans building a new training academy in Carrara, opening 2030. Yeah, nice. Hopefully that can help the team out a lot more from the organisational department. No, Skunkle does really want to see it. You know, it'd suck. He's begged me on, like, you should see the Instagram reels this man sends me. You know, he's a sick man. He's a real sick man, that Skunkle. You know, I fear for my safety a lot of the time, actually, when I open up my Instagram and see a new message from Skunkle. It's kind of terrifying, really. Knock on there from the Blues, and Queensland will get the ball here at the 5. This is just tumultuous conditions. Like, if you're able to hold on to the ball, it's going to be phenomenal. If this game gets decided by that one try, people are going to blow up. This kind of says leak mine, I leak yours. See, he's talking about leaking now. You know, that's what I'm talking about. He's a sick man. He's a sick man. He's talking about leaking. Oh, good tackle from the Blues. Queensland third tackle gets ball to the 13. Sam put the D. You should see a lot of really top-notch defense in conditions like this. 16 minutes in now. At halftime, I'm definitely going to go fill my glass of water up, that's for sure. 1,000,000,000%. Okay, let's definitely move on from this comment section. Let's move on to the next topic of conversation, which does not involve the word leak. So the Blues will grab this ball at the halfway point, and now taking it down here at the 42. I don't know what I've just seen from that comment. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that comment means, to be fair. Second tackle now at the 40, I think. Again, it's so hard to see the lines on this field because of how wet it is. Third tackle. Yeah, I definitely don't, Skunkle. 26 Sheila's wrestling the wet. Gotta love women's footy. Hey, well, you know, it is what it is. Fourth tackle now. 4 tackle here for the 30. Dathan says Queensland going to be joining the Boston Celtics in Cancun soon. We'll see the Lakers there too. Taufa, surely she scores here. Surely she scores. She has scored. Right next to the post. It is going to be 4-6 with a kick to come. As soon as she got through the line, I just knew no matter what, she was going to slide. I just knew she was going to slide. As soon as she hit the ground, they got it to the ground. But unfortunately, the wet weather has helped her slide over and she scored the try. So 6-4 with a kick to come, and Samama Talbot, the one we were just talking about, is the one that broke through. Yeah, Tamika Upton actually gets her. If this was a dry track, she probably actually gets her beforehand. But being wet, as soon as she hits, she's going to slide. No, it was good work there by Samama Talbot in a great line. So the breakthrough, and it should be 6-6 any moment now. If you're not in Cancun, what are you doing? Mitchell, what happened? What happened? Mitchell, what happened? Paces, what happened? You like Indiana? You let Indiana beat you? Mate, that place is just tumbleweeds. Indiana. There's just tumbleweeds there, mate. Indiana. How's Thailand? Hot, Brenton, is the answer. Very hot. Very humid. Very humid, mate. Done like 4 or 5 workouts today here at this fitness retreat. I'm dying. But I'm still going. We're still fighting on. So 18.5 minutes in here, and it is 6-4 Queenlander. We felt bad. That's the only thing going for them. That is a good point. Basketball right now is the only thing going for the state of Indiana. That is the only thing that will ever go for the state of Indiana. Maybe the Colts one day. But that day is not today. And they will tie it up. So it is 6-6 with the New South Wales. 6-6. Never heard anyone say I'm going on vacation to Cleveland. That is also true, does mate. No, Cleveland's not necessarily a holiday vacation destination. I wonder, would people rather go to Cleveland south of Brisbane or Cleveland, Ohio? It's a very tough question, but I think maybe just Cleveland south of Brisbane. Maybe just. And Cleveland south of Brisbane is not great. It's not great. Edward's going to make SJ his bitch. Skunkle, you are a bandwagoner. I don't know how many times I need to say this to you. We will never respect you as a Timberwolves fan. Bandwagon. So the Blues will grab this ball here at the 5 and they'll bring it out here to the 15. Not happy the Knicks lost to Celtics. Mate, they're up 3-2. They're up 3-1 at the time. Like, we mean not. It's fine. If you're good enough, you win one of the last 2 games. Suns fan. Exactly right. Deary me, he's a muppet. He is. Mitchell says Cleveland has some beautiful grey clouds. That is true. But with that being said, you can also just go to Melbourne for that. I might even prefer to go to Mordor over Cleveland. Mordor would be probably a better holiday destination. Good tan. Good tan there. No tan, Cleveland. No tan. So Olivia Koenig will bring this ball out now to the 45 on her own side of the field, fit tackle. Bressy says, how much is a soft serve nowadays? You're going to have to ask literally anybody else but me because I'm not in Australia and I haven't been in Australia for pretty much this entire year. I've been in Australia for a grand total of like 2 weeks this year. And that was like the end of January, beginning of February. And also not really kind of thinking about soft serves, to be fair. It used to be 50 cents back in the day, back when it used to be the shit. And then now I heard something about being $1, and that's ridiculous. That's highway robbery. Third tackle here at the 45 on their own side of the field, Queensland. Now Ali Bringenshaw underneath to Romy Teitzel, and she'll get the ball to the 50. Akron, that's where the top 3 basketball player of all time is from. By top 3, I mean 2 or 3. Definitely 2 or 3. And I would say 3, because obviously you're referring to Michael Jordan, number 1, and then number 2, you're referring to Josh Giddey in number 2. So it makes sense. That makes sense. I'll give you a soft serve for $45. That doesn't even make sense, that comment. So the Blues will let that ball bounce. Jeez, Chapo just grabs it before makes a mistake, but it's going to be Blues ball here, 9 meters out from their own line. This is such tough conditions to play in, man. Chris Anderson. Dad's not even going to know who Chris Anderson is. You don't even know who Chris Anderson is. And the Blues to the 22. I think we've got choke on ones now. That sounds really good. I can't currently have that, but that does sound really good. Who is that Cleveland... Actually, Mitchell, you may know this. Who was that Cleveland draft pick bust round 1? Was it Anthony Bennett or something? Was it Anthony Bennett? And knock on Blues. Ah ha ha! Ho ho ho! 10 French. 6-6. Queensland get the ball after a mistake there from the Blues. 21 minutes into the game here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Anthony Bennett, I was right. Anthony Bennett. By the way, I don't think I've ever heard a French person actually do that noise before. I think it comes from Pepe Le Pew. I think it does, but everyone just does that when they're talking about a French person. Picked over Giannis. Oh, well, Anthony Bennett, you know. Would you pick Giannis or would you pick Anthony Bennett? Whoa! That is a high tackle. That is definitely a high tackle against Yasmin Clydesdale. That's a penalty, Queensland. Anthony Bennett's name should be banned. Like, would you rather... This is the benefit to Anthony Bennett. Would you rather your fan base know how to spell his name or rather not know how to spell the name but be a better player? I think make it simple for the people of Cleveland. IQ's not really up there. Anthony Bennett, very simple. Giannis Antetokounmpo, not very simple. So I think that was the thought process going through their minds at the time. So Queensland now will get this ball to 35. That wasn't high around the shoulders. No, it was only high around the ears. So Queensland will get this ball around at the 25, second tackle. That was close enough to a forehead, mate. Nath, come on. So Taron Aiken at the 22. And now Queensland taking down 20 metres out, third tackle. 23 minutes in, Giannis Akumpo. Not how you spell his last name, but you gave it a good crack. Queensland, fourth tackle now, 10 metres away from the line. I think that's 10 metres, because another line like 3 metres back. And that's going to be an obstruction unless she goes down. Yep, so that's going to be fifth tackle here, 5 metres away. The benefit to this, though, is that when you've got them on the back on their line, as long as you just kind of dilly-daddle a kick in underneath, you're probably going to get a set restart because the ball will sit up right there. And that is actually really good work here from the Blues to get out. That's actually all That's great work from the Blues to get out there by Southwell. That's fantastic, because what she just did for Queensland was actually prime what you just need to do, because you're probably going to get a set restart from a dropout, because the ball will sit up in an awkward position and you have time to chase it down. So it was just, unfortunately, Jesse Southwell was too good and got out. Giannis Ginobili. No, not Giannis Ginobili, mate. Not Giannis Ginobili. Rather Cody Zeller. See, Mitchell, this is why you lost to the Indiana Pacers, because you rather Cody Zeller to Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right, so the Blues, Jemima Taufa, she'll be at the 40 on fit tackle. It's a decent enough set in these wet weather conditions. It's a decent set. Don't forget, if the Blues win tonight, they win the series in the women's. If they do not win tonight, then the series will be decided in Newcastle in a couple of weeks' time. All right, Queensland on first tackle, get this ball to the 45. They've got the field position right now. Out to the left-hand side. Now, good run here by Sienna Lafippo, I think it is. No, it's not. It's Jasmine Peters who gets this ball to the 50 on second tackle. Good meters being made here from both teams, to be fair. But the defense has been solid when it counts as well. That's why it's only 6-6. You're not going to see a high-scoring game in these conditions. And this is not a great tackle, but Chelsea Lenarduzzi, though, she'll make the most of it. Get to the 35 on fourth tackle. He's no NBA 2K14 GOAT Norris Cole. Norris Cole was the man. Or, what was his name? Scott Sinclair on FIFA back in the day. Scott Sinclair. He used to be so good on FIFA. Or there's that other Swansea player who was very good. Queensland put it up, and that's going to be grabbed by Abby Church. Great take, brings it out to the 15. I never tried to. You never tried to what? And the Blues will be taking down the 30 here, second tackle, Surges. I feel like the Blues have a bit of momentum right now, but they're just not able to kind of get themselves into a good enough area to capitalise on it. But I feel like they do have the momentum right now. That's a penalty for mine. Well, she's outside the 40, so it should have been 6 again. To be fair, Belinda Sharp is keeping the whistle in her mouth, keeping the whistle out of her mouth for the most part of this game so far. Just to confirm with you guys, the internet is like sweet now, yeah? Oh, the internet is running pretty smoothly now. Just to confirm. So Queensland, Tamika Upton gets it at the 5. At least we've got a close game here, not like the last one, which was a blowout. Game 1 this year and game 1 last year. Has another penalty. Nate, is your life motto just to come and comment on when the Blues have a call that you disagree with? Is that the only time you're commenting? So this comment was has another penalty. Your last comment was that wasn't high around the shoulders. The one before, so it's going to be a knock on here from Queensland. The previous one before that was ages ago when you wrote. Oh no, you wrote something nice about Jemima. Still Blues though. I think Nate J's life goal is to always disagree with Belinda Sharp, and I'm here for it. Are you going to get robbed again this weekend? Am I going to get robbed again this weekend? Robbed again this weekend? I can't remember what you're talking about. Please remind me what you're talking about. Mitch said, oh no, Brenton, whereabouts are you in Thailand at the moment? I'm in Hua Hin. I'm here for the next 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 2 months. All right, the Blues, they're about 5 metres away here from the line. Second tackle, 27 minutes in here. Ollie is the best to see with the Warriors playing this weekend. Google is free. Third tackle here, 4 metres out here from the line. Third tackle. Sharp is legit the most cooked ref in the comp. No, there is many cooked refs in the comp. There is many. Out to the right, over the top. That ball's going to bounce over the sideline. You can't be making those kind of passes in the wet weather. You can't be making those kind of passes in the wet weather. So that's going to go over the sideline. The touchy is not playing. And unfortunately, Queensland do get the ball back at the 10. Also, mind you, Google is free, but the Dolphins are playing the Warriors. Clock is cooked. Clock is cooked, is it? Oh, clock is cooked. I'll refresh. I will refresh. What's really good about the place that I'm staying in is that you actually get massages included with the program. So after this, I'm genuinely considering. I had one last night. I'm genuinely considering getting another one tonight because my lower back is messed up. Will the Warriors win? For everybody else, yes. For you specifically, no. Third tackle here for Queensland, Jasmine Peters. She might get taken over the sideline here. That was a huge run, but geez, good work by Blues nearly to take her over the sideline. Candy is a cooked ref as well. Honestly, name me a good ref at this point. Name me a good ref because we can go through the list. Are there happy ending ones? So Olivia, fun story. When you go to one in Bangkok, I had to go to, I think it was 7 or 8. I remember I counted on the day, but I've forgotten now. I went through 7 or 8, and I said, like, this is legitimate massage. And then they would always say, look, special. And I said, no. I genuinely just want a legitimate massage. That's all I want. So Bangkok was pretty messed up for it. Here, it's like one that's actually involved with the place that I'm at, which is great. And I had one last night, and it was actually like they were standing on top of you and everything. It was unreal. So no special, no special. But you do have to actually clarify that that's not what you're after. Yes. We value your privacy. Well, you can believe what you want. So the Blues are away here at the 10. Oh, they're actually going to score. That was awful defense from Queensland. That was awful defense from Queensland. Olivia Koenig will score. I don't know what just happened. I don't understand. I don't even understand. That is so awful. That is such awful defense from Queensland. That is such awful defense. Why is like I agree that the fullback needs to make a decision, but like okay, so Tavana slips off there, and then Koenig just kind of pushes off Tamika, and I don't know what was that Shanae Shishoka? Who was that behind? Because I don't know what's happening there. That defense. That was a great shove off there from Koenig on Tamika Upton, but who was the player on the inside that was just like lying on the ground looking up at us saying, "Where are you going? What are you doing? What happened? What happened there?" I'm just reading what's on the screen. Your scoreboard is missing. Is it? Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll try and refresh and see if that changes. Will that change this time? Oh no, it's doing this thing again. I think I'm going to have to, hold on. Let me just copy these filters and then let me, so that's going to be 12.6 now, by the way. They took take the lead 12.6. So let me edit these and remove that. So then now I'm going to have to interact with it and click agree. There we go. There we go. Really, NRL. We're going to do this. Going to this, filters, edit filters. Now we're going to crop it. Alright, so 6-point lead, 2s in the south of the Wales. Can I paste the filters now? Okay, no, it's not going to let me paste the filters. We love that. We definitely love that. Alright, so now I'm going to have to fix this. Well, lucky it was just after try was scored anyway. Man, it's so hot right now. That's fine. So only about 5 minutes to go now of this half, by the way. That's fine. Okay, let's just fix this like that. Oh, kickoff goes 10, but Queensland will get the ball. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so Queensland will get the ball here, and they're going to be 35 metres out of the Blues line. I have to fix this. Hold on. Give me one sec. If Queensland can score right away, that's crazy considering. But no, the Blues will get the ball back. I don't know how because I'm trying to fix this, but it happened. It happened. So about 4 minutes to go here in the first half. And the Blues lead 12-6. We're back. Terms and conditions for scoreboard. Sign your life away. Sign life away. The life is away. It's gone. Hope your OnlyFans is better organised. No, never better organised. That's why we get so many OnlyFans subscribers. Alright, so second tackle now at the 40. The Blues go out to the right-hand side. And nearly they step around, and they'll be taken down here at the 30 on third tackle. That's much better to keep the scoreboard there. No, not going to put the scoreboard there. You couldn't see my beautiful face if I did that. Third tackle now at the 30. What I would like is to not show the scoreboard right now as a Queensland fan. That'd be nice. That would be nice. There is a pool here, Jared Ford. Yes, that's a knock on there from the Blues, and Queensland will get it, and they'll bring this ball out here to the 30. Good run there from the Queenslanders. Romy Teitzel to the 35, but it's going to be zero tackle. Big mistake there. Looming for another try just before halftime. If either team can score before halftime, it'd be such a big change of direction from this game. But yeah, there is a pool here. I may even go for a swim today rather than a massage today, to be fair. But I've also got to have dinner. Dinner's at 6 o'clock. Dinner is at 6 o'clock, but I won't be there because I'll be here with you lovely people watching Queensland more than likely lose. Alright, so Lenarduzzi gets the ball to the 40. Good run from Lenarduzzi. And she's at the 35 now on the third tackle. 2 minutes left here, the first half. No, there is no pool bar here, Brenton. I am at a fitness retreat. Tamika Upton gives it underneath. And Rory Owen now should be taken down to the 30 on fourth tackle. Go for a dip at halftime. I'm definitely going to get a water at halftime. That's 100%. And Holyman, she'll just get ragdolled. She'll just get absolutely ragdolled. That's close to a penalty there, to be fair, but they won't call it. All right, out to Taryn Aiken. She'll kick that ball up in the air. Chase through. No one played at it. Then it's going to be Queensland ball. It's going to be 6 again. All right, here we go. Queensland have got a great opportunity here. Definitely touched by the Blues. So Queensland ball, 10 metres out. 10 metres out now. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here the first half. 12-6 to the Blues. But if Queensland score now, it's huge. Lenarduzzi. She's going to pump them legs 5 metres away. 4 metres away. Kombucha shots. I actually vibed with kombucha in India, bro. And that's going to be a knock-on here from Queensland. That is so ridiculous. Oh, look, there goes the Biffo. Biffo, throw a punch. Throw a punch. Throw a punch. I don't know why Kennedy Charrington's pretending like she didn't do anything just then. She also shoved her as well. But they're both involved here. Like, it depends on how heavy Lenarduzzi is here, because she might have thrown something. But I don't know why Charrington's like this. Like, we clearly saw you get involved. But, and this is the thing, I do hate this about the game, right? Like, at the end of the day, I understand the rule that you're meant to stabilize yourself, put your foot on the ball. See, that's the thing. Like, Charrington shoved her there. That's why when she put her hands up like this, I'm like, shush, man. But Lenarduzzi shouldn't react like that. But I hate this part of the game, and this goes for every team, where the ball isn't knocked on. The ball is actually played with the foot. It's just that she's not controlled herself and she's falling over as it's happening. So I don't necessarily agree that it should be classed as a knock-on, but like I get the ruling and the technical ruling of it. I do get the technical ruling of it. All right, so 20 seconds left here. Nay says, piss off, ref. No, then she's not going to bin anybody. There's no way you'd bin anybody. Oh, so 16 seconds left here of the first half. You expect it stays. Bailey says New South Wales always grubs. Oh, I would say Lenarduzzi's probably a bit more grubby in that scenario than Charrington, but Charrington still was involved. It was just hilarious for her to say, I wasn't involved, I didn't do anything. Well, you did. You initiated it by shoving in the first place. But anyway, that's going to be half-time here, 12-6 to the Blues. Interesting first half. Good first half. A few mistakes, but that's what wet weather is going to do. Guys, I'm going to go grab myself a glass of water and definitely refresh my face because it's still super hot right now. It's not as hot as it was before, but it's still super hot. So guys, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be back in like 5 minutes time. Go grab yourself a beer and don't let Jay talk to you too heavily about too many conspiracies while I'm gone. All right, I'll be back. is so hot right now, man. It's so. Oh my goodness me! Please don't talk about NBA, otherwise Skunk will start bandwagoning another team once the Timberwolves lose to whoever they play next. Who they playing next? OKC or whatever. All right, we are back. What's been said? Charades with the Shadow, mate. We may as well be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends or whatever the big YouTube thing is. Is Blaze streaming in a cowbell toilet? What? How does this look like a cowbell? This is like a Thai bure. Even though I'm probably going to move to the accommodation, so it was cheaper to do like the bure and whatnot. And the bure is so cool. Like you sweat a lot, which helps you out to lose weight as well. Even like we've got a fan and stuff, but the fan's fine. This is a really good like retreat. It's called Palapon, Palapon. It's really good, but it's just that you need to. When I'm streaming and whatnot, it's so hard to do this whilst you're still sweating the entire time. So it's like the aircon accommodation I can go to, but oh boy, it's difficult for sure. It is difficult for sure. Someone says, don't think much of the halftime show. Are you talking about with me? Are you talking about my halftime show? When is my halftime show ever good? Especially when I'm dying. Like, I'm just trying to survive at this point, man. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to keep breathing. Brenton says, big difference to India heat. Oh, yeah, for sure. India heat, like, well, I was in aircon, though, the whole time, right? So whenever I would stream, I'd be in the airconned rooms of either the hostel or the hotels I was in. But here, like, because this is a part of the experience, like, if I wasn't streaming and doing all this, it'd be super easy to do this. It wouldn't be easy, but it'd be a lot easier because I wouldn't have to think about streaming and sitting in this room and just boiling up the entire time. But yeah, I was in aircon there. But even when you're outside, it's super dry heat in India. Here, it's super humid heat. So it's like 32 degrees and really humid right now, which is why it's so hot. But here's a fun fact for you guys. This is a really fun fact. So I actually, for some reason, I have no idea how. I wasn't doing any fitness. I wasn't doing anything healthy. I was eating plenty of naan and plenty of curry and plenty of rice and plenty of Coke Zeros and all that kind of shit. Even though Coke Zeros isn't like awful for fat gain or anything like that. I lost 6 kilos just existing in India. Just existing. Just literally being alive in India. I lost 6 kilos. I think it was 7 kilos actually. I think it might have been 7. So, yeah, no, I was a big boy. I don't know how. That was 2 months. That's a lot of weight to lose in 2 months, especially when you're just existing. So I don't know how that happened, but if I lost that there whilst just being alive, God help me across 2 months here. Honestly, I might have a 10-pack at that point. Like, truly, I don't know how I lost all that weight in India. Buddha diet. But it was literally just like curries and naan. How? How did I lose that much weight? Just living, Barry. Move to accommodation 100%, mate. Yeah, it's, like, it doesn't, it's not necessary. It's not a necessity, but it is a necessity. Like, Blaze will come back to Australia looking like bloody Chris Hemsworth with all these Thailand fitness retreats. What do you mean all these? This is one fitness retreat. The Balapon is one. But fair. I'm not going to disagree with you. That's if I can get out of Bangkok alive without my Italian friend Gabby coming across from India, and we go out. Scary times. But I've got to go see my dad in Vietnam and stuff first. And also back to Australia. I honestly don't know when. Free sauna in your paper mache room. It is a sauna. Maybe that's what they meant by sauna at this fitness retreat. It is a sauna, but it can go through like cool stages and really hot stages. I want Blaze to come back looking like DJ Gosling. Skunkle, I know, DJ. I'm not going to be partaking in this joke. I know what you're referring to. I'm not going to be partaking in this joke. Thai green curry will fatten you back up. So we're not really having Thai green curry here, but also Thai green curry, not really. Like India is very heavy foods. Like it's heavy. You're always feeling heavy, which is why I don't understand how you lose weight. Here, it's very light soups. All the vegetables, and it's very different here. I will say, if you're looking to lose weight, I would have said here, but I just don't understand how I lost weight there. No, Brenton, he's our shirtless Titan supporter. Yeah, so Brenton, he's referring to DJ Gosling, who, again, I know, so I'm not going to sit here and take the piss out of. But he's the guy who went at the Warriors Titans when we won 44-0 and we needed to win by 11 points to make the finals. He took his shirt off and was throwing around. He's a larger guy, obviously. Evan Six says you lose weight because you don't eat as much. But that's the thing, bro. I was. I was eating a lot. I was. We would wake up and I would go get breakfast. Breakfast wouldn't be too bad, but it usually would consist of like eggs and avocado and bread. It's still bread though, you know. I wouldn't like. I don't really like Indian breakfast. Indian dinner, love it. Indian lunch, love it. Indian breakfast, not for me. Just not for me. But still, like we'd still be eating a lot. And then the lunch, we would still have lunch, like a curry of some sort or chicken of some sort, and then dinner would be again curry or chicken of some sort. I don't understand. I'm telling you, I know it's weird. Maybe I've got something wrong with me. Maybe. Lagan Paul says Blaze will finally reach his dream and actually look like Daniel Ricciardo. No. Daniel Ricciardo will look like me. Daniel Ricciardo look like me. People will come in saying, "Oh, you know, Daniel Ricciardo looks like you." That's what people will come in here and say. We're like, "Wow, Daniel Ricciardo looks like this guy on stream." That's what our main goal is. Still half time here, by the way, guys. Blues still lead 12-6. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we never know what we're talking about, but it's definitely half time, and at half time, we definitely don't know what we're talking about. Brent says, you might have a tapeworm. You need help. As long as it's not a tapeworm, you're good, bro. You also need help. It was all those hot chips you ate. Maybe. You know, maybe you guys are the reason why. Maybe you guys force-feeding me... Force feeding me, buddy, those super spicy chips. Maybe that's what got me. That's what got me in the end. I've heard Brenton looks like. What's with you? Why are you going at all these larger blokes right now? Why are you just like picking on larger NRL fans? Hey, also Damo is losing weight right now. Sam, Damo is losing weight. I've seen that he's been doing gym and whatnot, showing his progress on his Instagram. What's your problem with overweight people? Skunkle? You got a six-pack? You got a six-pack over there, Skoggle? What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? Give me your lighter. I don't even know what's happening there. I'm overweight. No, we know. You may be the most overweight person I've ever seen. Yeah, you might potentially be the most overweight person I've ever seen, Skoggle. And that's including me at my worst. Deary me. I tell you what, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Still waiting for the second half though, and it's taken ages. Why is this taking ages? It doesn't usually feel like this long. Alright, maybe it's about to start now. 35 minutes to go, 12-6 Blues. They're showing the lighting outside. Maybe they're about to run onto the field. Yeah, they are. The Blues are coming out to the field now. Someone who can claim being overweight because of his Kiwi descent. This is true. This is true, mate. But see, Islanders, they usually can look quite decent regardless. Like, it's kind of part of the culture. A lot of people being, you know... well, to be fair, I don't know if it's still now thought of this way, but back in the day, the more food you ate... This is why, like, kings and queens and stuff were all quite big back in the day in other countries all over the world. But it was, like, seen as good thing to be overweight because it meant that you could afford to eat. You could afford to eat really, really well. I don't know if that's still thought of that way. I wouldn't say it's still thought of that way in the islands and whatnot. I don't think so. Maybe Samoa and Tonga, I don't know. But Fiji doesn't think like that anymore. But to be fair, back in the day, that is how they thought. They thought the bigger you are, the more money you had to be able to afford to eat. And it was seen as more attractive. All right, second half started, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. If the Blues can finish off this second half the same way they finished off the first, they will win the Origin Series back for the first time in 3 years at the end of this game. You're not 110 kilos, Skunkle. No way. How tall are you? No way. You're like 5 foot nothing. What you mean 110 kilos? At your height, 110 kilos would be like Wampa. You're like a 5 foot nothing. 6 foot flat. Oh, no, he's bullshitting. You're bullshitting. You're not 6 foot. You're not 6 foot. You're a wisher. You're the biggest wisher I've ever seen. Fit tackle now at the 35. If you're 6 foot, then I'm 8 foot. What are you doing? Blues start to break to lock. What does that mean, FBI? That doesn't make much sense. He's capping. He's capping, Brenton. He's definitely capping. I'm going to say he's probably like a 5'10.5". Can the ruck speed be fast this half, please, Belinda? In wet weather, man, you're never usually going to see fast ruck speed, but I appreciate the want for it to be faster. But in this kind of weather, it's not usually going to be seen. Queensland now. Ooh, is there a hair pull there? She's just pulled her hair. That should have been a penalty to Queensland there. That was a hair pull and a half. The Queenslanders were blowing up about it too. Scarrow says, hardly capping. I'm 6 flat, 108 kilos. See, you've already been caught out in a lie. You said 110 kilos. Now you're 108 kilos. So by going off that math, that's charged down to me Blues ball here at 35. Even though it should have been a penalty, Queensland, for pulling of the hair. You've already been caught line. 110 kilos to 108 kilos. That means we're going to take 2 foot. We're going to take 2 foot off here, not 2 centimeters. We'll just take 2 foot. FBI is because Blues didn't win one T series. Okay, so FBI, Blues starts T break T lock because Blue didn't win T series. I feel like you're trying to say something about the series, but I don't know what you're actually saying. So 4 tackling out to 4. I don't know what this T business is. Maybe you've got to fix the T business. 5th tackle leave the Blues. They're 3 minutes away from the line here. Be a big try early doors. If they can get it now, out the back to Southwell. Southwell kicks it across. It's a good enough kick. It's actually going to be a dropout in the end. Jasmine Peter grabs it not in the in goal, was out of the in goal, and it'll be a dropout coming up. Someone says, oh no, I rounded up. Yeah, you should be sorry. Yeah, FBI does have an obsession with the letter T. I don't understand what this T business is. And I'm just trying to figure out Blues starts break lock with 2 T's in the middle of it. Once I get to the bottom of this T business, we can start to decipher the rest of it. We can start to... Maybe we should call the FBI to see how they get on with this kind of language. So the Blues at the 35, and they're going to bring it back here to the 20. That's a good run. First tackle. FBI's just lost his job. Yeah, I don't think we should call the FBI, actually, after this comment. I don't think so. I feel like series is meant to be series, though, because Blue didn't win series. I'm just trying to figure out what the question is that is involved with this. It's a very big dilemma. 1-on-1 on the left-hand side. I think she's in. Down that left-hand wing. And Jamie Frezard will score to make it 16-6 here with the kick to come. So it's going to be 16-6 as long as she keeps her feet in. But I'm pretty certain she keeps her feet in. I think she'll be fine. So 16-6 with the kick to come. Bert Macklin, FBI. I don't even know what that means. It's a good kick there from Southwell, though, which ended up with Jasmine Peters getting taken back onto the in goal. But the Queenslanders just didn't have it anywhere. Like, they had 2-on-2 at the end and 1-on-1, but they just got onto the outside of him. It's going to be close. It will be close. I think she's got it. I thought live that she had it. And usually you'll find that with wingers, yeah, I think she's going to be fine. Usually you're going to find with wingers that they're going to be sweet in this kind of circumstance because they do literally train for specific circumstances like this to keep their feet and keep their body in. Yeah, she's in. It's very close, but she's in. FBI fan day is going to jail. FBI still hasn't commented yet. FBI, we are directly talking to you here, sir. You can't be any more sneakier than your job right now, but you need to let us know what did you mean. Otherwise, we won't be able to sleep tonight. I doubt she's going to be able to make this kick. If she makes this kick, it's very impressive in these conditions. All right, well, Queensland, they've got to do a lot to overturn this run now. Going to have to do a lot to overturn this. By the way, Sam, when you said beer before, you know I'm not drinking beer, right? I said for you guys to grab a beer if you wanted. I have water. I cannot drink beer for a while. Oh, it's a good kick. She's missed it, but like I'll give it a credit for it. In these conditions, that's a good kick. So 40 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Not reading Skunk was coming out. But beers are super cheap over here. Like I don't really drink anyway. But beers are super cheap over here. So when I went to a restaurant in Bangkok, it was like you could get, what is it? Is it? It's not Senga, or is it Changi? Is it Changi? There's like 80. Is water that color? Yeah, it's see through. Or are you looking at it through like a different? Yeah, no, it's normal. This is filtered water. I heard you can get beers for like 40 cents AUD. So what would that be like? 40 cents would be like no, no. Maybe in some parts, maybe, but no, I don't think so. Like, yeah, no, not that cheap. Maybe like $1 or like $1.50, $2, kind of a dollar, but I wouldn't say 40 cents unless maybe it's just 10 baht. Nah, yeah, about $4, Brenton. I agree. Yeah, about $4, or it depends where you go. Maybe I haven't really checked who we're here, to be fair. And Queensland will lose the ball, but it goes backwards. Still going backwards here. It's still going backwards, and they will finally get the ball about 10 meters out. But yeah, no, and maybe here, maybe some of the more obscure places. I guarantee you, Phuket, Patong, uh, or Pattaya or Bangkok, you're not really going to be finding anything underneath like $4. I mean, that's still obviously super cheap. This is Australian dollars worth. Um, but oh yeah, 40 cents is way too cheap. It used to be a lot cheaper nowadays. Thailand's not as cheap as it once was. Accommodation's ridiculous though. Accommodation I find is way cheaper than you would ever imagine. That's a good kick from Queensland, but the Blues will get this ball at the 35. I would say accommodation is super cheap, but I would say that living expenses is still cheap, but just not what it once was. Sam loves the prison brew. Nah, too spicy for Sam. Alright, Olivia Kearney gets the ball to the 52nd tackle. And that is a penalty to the Blues. I'll be honest with you, I hate to say this about Queensland, but I doubt Queensland comes back in this game. I just don't. I think they've got to move on from Brigginshaw, man. I don't think she's got it anymore. She's been one of the greatest players of all time in women's Origin, women's NRLW, but I don't think that Ali Brigginshaw is at the standard of this level anymore. She once was for sure. Have you had a traditional pad thai yet? Not really. No, I'll leave a lot of my traveling and stuff like that for afterwards. I'm on like a super like a really good tasting but like strict diet here, so I can't really go out and have things. On Sunday I can kind of have whatever I want, but which I'll probably do on Sunday. But no, Monday to Saturday is all the food is done here. It's actually really good food. It smelled nice when I walked out before. Southwell now gets this ball at the back, and Abby Church, we're taking down 15 metres out, third tackle. But no, I'll have a lot more of those traditional dishes and a lot more of that kind of stuff. I had a really cool at the Mercure Hotel in Sukhumvit. 1 second. Blues here at the 15. They go to the left. Steps back, and they'll be taking down 5 metres out. Is that a vegan? Definitely not vegan, bro. Definitely not vegan retreat. 5 out. They kick this ball across Southwell. Queensland, good catch. Wow, it's a great catch. That's Julie Robinson. She's actually been good today, Julie Robinson. Really good. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. So Queensland will get this ball out of the 22. Second tackle. If I was a chick, I'd pull hair all day. That's great, Jared. You'd also get penalised for it. Alright, so third tackle now at the 30. Queensland need to get some momentum going somewhere right now. Damn, I can't remember what I was actually saying. I was making a point too. Alright, so Aiken kicks it down there on fourth tackle, gets only to the 30. And Abby Church is going to bring this ball back out here to the 40. Nice, don't forget to try a mango sticky rice on your cheat day. Yeah, cheat day is going to be so good, man. There's like some really cool like street stalls which is here. There's also a good market right across the road that's only open on weekends I'm looking forward to. But some street stalls. Mercure, that's the one, Skunkle. I had a really good Tom Yum Goong pizza. It was actually amazing. Tom Yum Goong pizza. It was actually insane. It was the first meal I had in Thailand when I arrived. And it was just insane. That might have been one of the best pieces I've ever had. It may have been one of the best pieces I've ever had. So 4th tackle now for the Blues. No, Ellie Johnson didn't get subbed off. She's right there. She just played the ball. And New South Wales out of the wing. Jamie Chapman, she scores here. She scores here. I knew it. Oh! She gets taken down, but she does score. I always knew Chapo scores there, and that should be the series there. No, realistically, it should be the series. I can't see the Blues throwing this away from here. They shouldn't be throwing this away from here. At home, up 20-6. They haven't won a series in a couple of years' time. Queensland need adjustments. They simply do. She's suspended on markets, JJ, because they just scored. The Blues just scored. So maybe if you wait a minute or two, you'll probably be able to get that market again. Tuna Abel says Maroons look too weak. Yeah, this Maroons team. Look, I did say before the season started, before the series started, the biggest reason why I had the Blues to win was losing a player of Shannon Marto's standards in the forwards. The forwards of the Blues were always going to be able to dominate this Queensland team. Tamika Upton might have injured herself there, God bless her. But yeah, look, Queensland in the women's game, they did a fantastic job of turning it around last year, but this is a very different Queensland team to what it was last year and the year before that. And whilst this Blues team is super hungry for it, you got one of the best players in the game, Jamie Chapo, right there. You've got just an incredible front row forward pairing. You've got a fantastic 1 through 5. That 1 through 5 is ridiculous. The point matter is that this is why I told you guys that even though I'm a Queenslander, I still tipped the Blues to win Game 2, and I still tipped the Blues to win Game 1. I thought the Blues had the better team, and they're showing it right now. Does that always mean it comes to fruition with New South Wales? In the men's, no, definitely. But, the women's game, it looked pretty obvious from the outset that Queensland didn't necessarily match up in all regards. And if you look at the halfback position, Ali Brigginshaw, one of the best players of all time in the NRLW, she's not up to it anymore. The 1 through 5 just doesn't know how to compete with the star-studded X factor of this Blues team, and the forwards, they're missing massively in Shannon Marto. So that's my personal opinion there. So she'll miss a kick. So it'll be 26 here with about 23 minutes to go. No, she's been suspended for the last 30 minutes. Oh, that's because obviously at some point they just would have taken away the betting option. I don't know. I'm not too sure, bro. I don't really bet anymore, but I was just assuming it was because of the try. But if she's been suspended for 30 minutes, that's probably because they just took it away early in the game. Or is she the only individual? Anyway, I don't know. El Chapo, woohoo! Get around Chapo! Get around the Chapmeister. Tickets better be half price, surely, for a whitewash. You're an idiot. She broke Upton's ankles. Well, as soon as Chapo got into open space, like, Chapo's always scoring there. Always scoring there. Unknown, bro. You do realize this channel isn't just, like, 13-year-olds, right? Like, I don't know what you think this channel is. We're not 13 here, right? Skunkle may have the intelligence of a 13-year-old, and Jay may be about 80, but, Dasmate was born a couple of years ago, but with that being said, we're not 13, right? So the Blues here at the 25, second tackle. And now the Blues get this ball to the 45. Shit, third tackle. Anyway, yeah, that Tom Young Good Pizza was amazing. On Sunday, I'm looking forward to a good steak somewhere because I haven't been able to have a steak in about 3 months because obviously India, Hindus, you can't have steak. Very limited in regards to bacon. 40-30 attempt here. Also very limited in regards to bacon because of the Muslim population. And Thailand isn't huge on its like steak and whatnot, but there is a good steak place here in Hua Hin. But that's what I was going to say. There's some really cool like street stalls and street food here. Tamika is injured. Broncos fans are getting worried. Broncos fans getting worried, son. Getting worried. Breaking news. Jess Surges isn't out. Oh, Queensland going to make a break here at the 45. So Surges has leg soreness. That's fine. Oh, she won't return. I thought it was just soreness and she'll return. No, Jess Surges will not return tonight. Mitchell says, I thought you were 3, nearly 6 last year, Dads. Must be different in Belmore. Everything's different in Belmore, mate. No, I'm in Thailand now, JJ. I'm in Hua Hin, in the neck area between Bangkok and Phuket, in the middle of it. All right, so Chapo's away here. Chapo with a great run to the 40. Where are you, JJ? Still trying to come back. Sure, Bailey, but I just don't know if Queensland has the star power over this Blues star power right now. There's still 20 minutes to go, you guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. There's still 20 minutes to go, but I just don't know if this Queensland team has the ability to overtake this Blue. This Queensland team doesn't have the ability right now, I don't believe, to come back against the Blues in New South Wales from 14 points down with 20 minutes to go, when I think that there's a few adjustments that have needed to be made before the series even started. KSI's in the UK. Thank you for letting us know that. Don't know the reason why you told us that, Skunkle, but sure. So there's an injury right now here to the Blues. God bless her. 2 J's that can't handle this. No, it's very much Jayception right now. Tamika Upton has to come off the field. She's clearly injured. She's clearly injured. Yeah, my bad. I can't really count. I'm a Dogs fan, of course. Oh, of course. Does. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Tamika Upton has come off the field now. So Blues ball here at the 42. If Queensland come back from this, it'd be the biggest miracle I've ever seen. Be the biggest miracle I nearly ever did see. Oh, I just realised that... I just realised JJ said he's in Perth. Where Jay is. JJ, how long have you had your account for? Because that's interesting that you say Perth when Jay is also from Perth. I'm in Mumbai. Are you in Mumbai? You couldn't handle India, Jay. There's no way. I promise you. I guarantee, especially Mumbai. Especially Mumbai, Delhi. There is no way that you would ever be able to handle... there's no way you would handle India. Jay's from Easter Island. Jay's a muppet. He's from Beijing, mate. Because Perth is closer to Beijing than Gold Coast, basically. Surprised you got an internet connection. What, in Thailand? Thailand's internet's fine. So, Thailand's internet's better than Australia's internet for the most part. Alright, Queensland, 4 tackle. Anywhere in Asia is pretty much better internet. Like, India had way better internet than Australia internet. So, Queensland will kick this from inside their own 40. But that's going to bounce straight back here to the Blues at the 20. Jay can't handle hot food. Well, Skunkle can't handle pepper. So, you know, he's not the only one. If you're talking about hot as in, like, heat-wise, well, there you go. But if you're talking about, like, spice... Yeah, and also, yeah, he can't handle hot food in regards to spice. Oh, that's forward. No, apparently not. Apparently not. Oh, JJ, playing that game with Skunkle is always a harsh game, mate. You're about to find out why you probably shouldn't have played that game with him. Oh, jeez. Congratulations, JJ, you win. When will people learn? When will people learn not to play this game with Skunkle? It's always the same game. At least he only said 3 and didn't say like a 10 or whatever, because I can't see how long you timed him out for. Alright, so 30 metres out here from the line. Fit tackle. They give it off here to Southwell, and Southwell kicks this down to Taron Aiken, who's playing fullback back there. And Taron Aiken can get this ball out here to the 20. 18 minutes left here. Blues surely win the series from here. Good run there by Julie Robinson. She's been really good today for Queensland. I'd say if there's been the best player for Queensland, I'd probably lean towards Julie Robinson. And now Robbie Teitzel to the 35. Who is this Sam people speak of? I'm talking about Skunkle. One with the capital S. One with the big spanner next to his name because he is a big spanner. 4 tackle, sorry. And now Elliston. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just one of those years for Queensland where it just wasn't going to be the one, especially with 2 of them being in New South Wales. She's dropped it. Luckily, it goes backwards, though. What's a oosh? This is going to be such a slow last, like, 17 minutes because the game is over, the series is over, and Game 3 is going to be so dead. This is why I hate Game 3s when there's nothing to play for. It's like, cool, In the women's, it's like it hasn't developed enough yet, so people don't care enough yet about a whitewash or a non-whitewash. In the men's, avoiding the whitewash is very important because you have to deal with dickheads from the opposition. You don't have to deal with dickheads from the opposition in regards to the women's, right? So, like, this game 3 is going to be so dead in the women's. But game 3s are always still very important in the men's. So Chapo's just getting... Chapo's just going down with some cramps. Looks more like a little wrench. Skunkle spanner. He's an absolute spanner, that bloke. He is. Alright, so Blues at the 50. Dasmate says last year was a New South Wales whitewash when it was 13 versus 13. Are you talking about in the women's or the men's? Because if you're talking about in the women's, you actually lost the series. If you're talking about in the men's, you actually lost game 1, so no. Damn, my lower back is hurting right now. 15 minutes left here. Olivia Koenig will get this ball to the 35. The men's, no, Daz. Unfortunately, you are incorrect. Unfortunately, you are incorrect. Actually, you didn't lead during, did you? Did you lead when it was 13 on 13 at the beginning? Wasn't it a draw? And then, didn't Queensland score just before that? No, I think they scored just before that. I swear Queensland scored just before that, and they scored again pretty quickly after that. Am I mistaken? I am going to deeply analyse this because I'm pretty certain... Yeah, it was 6-0 Queensland. So you shut your dirty mouth when you're talking to me, Dasmate. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you try and scab a whitewash out of us when it's not even correct? Deary me. I actually think that send-off actually impacted the rest of the series, and Queensland would have won if it wasn't for that. How about that? Take that. Prove me wrong there. Prove me wrong. If Suaalii doesn't get sent off, I reckon Queensland win the series. More validity to that than whatever argument you just made. So Queensland through Tivana Papali'i gets the ball here to the 30. 0 tries at Suncorp. That is correct. That did happen. But also, your original point was incorrect. And that's the one we're talking about here, Daz. We're still talking about your original point here, the incorrect one. So if you made an incorrect point here, who's going to trust this point here? Because you made this incorrect one over here. So we ignore this one because you're already wrong here. Doesn't matter about this one. Doesn't matter. I only focus on the first one, which was incorrect, which thus means you are a muppet and you are incorrect for everything you say. This is logic. This is logic here. That Suaalii hit was clean. Should have never been sent off. Yep, you're an idiot. So it's going to be first tackle here for the Blues at the 30. Walsh was falling. I'm not going over this argument again. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. There's no. I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing this game with you, Skuggle. I won't do it. So third tackle of the Blues, the 45. I've been caught here. My ego's too big to say I'm wrong. We know, Daz. We know you by now. So fourth tackle, and they're going to be 35 metres away. 13 minutes left of this absolute slogfest. I may or may not be sitting here laughing by myself. Well, we've always known you've got problems, Skunkful, so laugh away, mate. Laugh away. That's actually, they made a movie about someone who does that. It's called The Joker. It's called The Joker, mate. So please don't turn into that person, but you might as well. Australia's never had their own Joker, besides our current Prime Minister. So that's going to be a knock-on there from, well, it's going to be a turnover from the Blues to Queensland, their own 8. Walsh headbutted Suaalii's shoulder. Walsh should have been sent off. I probably would have preferred that, to be honest with you. Queensland with the ball at 10. I'll go full Warkin Joker. Mate, there is an Aussie Joker. His name is Heath Ledger. And you're not going to take the... And you try to claim you're an Origin supporter. There are eligibility rules here, Skunkle, and you don't cut it. You don't cut into the eligibility of being a Blues supporter. So, and the first rule of eligibility is you must like Heath Ledger. And if you don't, then you're not included in the discussion. So fourth tackle now for Queensland at the 50. Warkin Joker is way more darker than Heath. I don't know where I disagreed. Who are you arguing with? Jay says, why'd you time me out? JJ, Don't understand. Skunkle asked you to play a game with him. Choose a number from 1 to 10. You chose 3. He timed you out for that many. That's the whole point of the game, my friend. And I'm not the one who times you out. He did. So penalty Queensland here. 10 metres out. If they score here, unsubscribing. Oh no! Oh no, you can't subscribe, please, no. What am I going to do with my life, JJ, though? JJ, what am I actually going to do with my life? Please don't. No, I need you, JJ. I really... Jay's just removed him. Oh no, come back, JJ. Come on. I wasn't even the one who timed him out. I don't do the timeouts here. The only time I time people out is usually when I time out one of the moderators. Why do you keep calling him KSI, by the way, Skunkle? He's just got a J in his name and then JJ. Oh, okay, JJ. I get what you mean. All right, so Queensland now 5 metres out, first tackle. Papa Lee, she'll go out to the right, and now they're going to be 2 metres away from the line. He won't recover from that. Please stay, please. I don't know what I will do without JJ in my life. I always love when people tell you they're unsubscribing. It's like, you don't need to alert us of your exit. That's a knock on there from Queensland. It'll be Blues ball at the 10. It's like, if you want to subscribe and follow and watch, I appreciate you. It's good fun around here. If you don't, then guess what? There's plenty of other people who do it. So Blues now will get this ball out to the 20. I used to care. Maybe like a couple of years ago, I used to kind of care. But now I don't. You now have 30,442 subscribers. Oh no. Dear me. How do you know the exact number, by the way? So the Blues get this ball out to the 40. Should take the field goal. Yeah, look, Mitchell, with the field goal would have set Queensland up for a comeback. Random guess. Noah uses one of his stupid bloody FBI tactics with that old FBI account. Dasmate says, don't make me start begging like the Bears did from 25 years of the NRL. I can't wait for them to watch their first loss. I'm going to enjoy that so much. And I'm going to feel bad because I don't have any problems with Perth. I actually feel like Perth are going to be disadvantaged from this long term. But in regards to North Sydney, I'm going to enjoy every single moment of it, every single juice of that loss. So that's a good kick there from the Blues. And Queensland are going to get taken back in the end. Oh, they're going to lose the ball. So it's going to be, I think, a dropout here. They're going to try and claim a try. It's not going to be a try. It's just going to be a dropout. We are going to be removing that comment, Skunkle. Just remember, there is still a line here on the channel. We can leave that comment on. So this is probably going to be a dropout, but then again, based on the first try, we don't know. So Taryn Aiken, it's a good tackle there from the Blues. She drops the ball in the own in goal. To be fair, this may be like the first try. Oh, well, no, the ball doesn't even go to the ground there. Yeah, it's just going to be a dropout. Jared Force is unsubscribing, resubscribing, unsubscribing, and resubscribing 4 more times before the end of the season. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, mate. That is usually how it goes. We've got plenty of people who don't like something that I say, who then ultimately turn up in the next stream. So that is pretty much how people... You should see how many times Jay's unsubscribed and subscribed. I think Olivia's at about 50 by now. All right, 10 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. 10 minutes to go here of the game. Queensland kick this ball off, and that's going to be knock on from the Queensland and the Blues. Get the ball at 15. Dasmate says 2 games a year at North Sydney will slowly turn to 4 and then 10 and so on. Yeah, no, that's correct. That is absolutely correct. Damn, sitting like this is going to smack me on 3 games. I'm going to have to definitely sit in a different place than this. It's definitely starting to rain now. Blues, they probably will score again here, I would assume. 3rd tackle. Queensland just haven't been up to it. Blues 4 metres away from the line. They give it to Southwell. Southwell gives it across. Clydesdale, and she'll be 5 metres away from the line. You just look at all the areas of New South Wales, and you just say they do have a better team in the women's than Queensland. And Olivia Koenig will score underneath the post. I'm pretty certain she's put that down. I think it's only she dropped it after she's bounced it, after she's scored. So it will be a try time for the Blues, and we've only got about 8 minutes left here of this blowout. Logan Bossing says Queensland just don't get Origin. Unfortunately, when you look at both the men's and the women's in Origin, both the men's and the women's have more Origin series victories than New South Wales. So maybe let's just keep it here. Let's just give it that one there. But it's funny though. Like it's a lot of. It's funny you say that. I didn't actually see you watching or caring about Origin last year in the women's. Didn't actually see that one. It's very interesting. Very interesting. There's no Bing Bong Mudda Bish here, Brenton, besides you. You are the Bing Bong Mudda Bish. That's also Brocky's job. You know, that's also Brocky's job here in the channel, Brenton. Don't steal Brocky's job. Weak selection by Queensland, though. I don't think it's a weak selection. I just think that New South Wales have a really good 1 through 5. And I think that they've got a really good team across the park. It's okay to admit they don't get Origin. Well, you know, it would be okay to admit it. But when you've got pretty much every statistic known to man across both the men's and the women's, you don't really need to say it. You don't really need to. Like people, you like to cling on to like the one-timers and the one in a rows. It's a fantastic hashtag that was created by the New South Wales education system of hashtag one in a row. That was unreal. That was really good stuff. That was, what was that? About 12 years now. Wow, 12 years has gone back. Oh, it was 11 years. I can't remember. Sorry, we won so many at a time that I forgot kind of when we lost because we ended up winning like 3 more series after that. It's kind of like this one where we've won 2 series in a row and now New South Wales win 1. You don't win this one, Logan Ball Sacks. Again, you got smacked up in the Dogs one and you come back for seconds? You come back for seconds here, Logan Ball Sacks. When will you learn? I have the microphone. When will you learn, my friend? I don't get it. I don't get how you don't get it. When will you learn? Bailey says, New South Wales will never do what Queensland did. Correct. NRL Centre says, are you in India? No, I'm in Thailand right now, bro. I'm in Thailand. Olivia says, I could be wrong, we don't judge. We don't judge here. We don't judge here. I get concerned for Logan. He got smacked up in the Bulldogs one. And he comes back for one in, like, he has no right to lose that Bulldogs discussion. He had no right, and yet he did. But in this one, he does have a right to lose this one based off of like the history of the men and the women's in the state of origin. So it's like you just accept this one. The other one, I don't know how you found a way to lose, but you found a miraculous way to lose that. Hashtag one in a row. All the Origin trophies at this very moment are in New South Wales. That is correct. Yes, that is correct. What is your point exactly? What is your point? Max Watson says, may we be enlightened on this Bulldogs discussion. Oh, I can't remember. It was last week. I can't remember what we were talking about. You tried to say something about the Titans and you just got fucking roasted. So the Blues will be taken down at the 5. And I said, how do you watch the games in Thailand? Smoke signal. There's a smoke signal going up. So I'm watching it through a smoke signal right now. So basically I've got a village on the other side of town that are just like, they're watching it themselves and they've got like a... And it comes up. Oh, okay, Tamika Apter's injured. Logan Ballsack said something stupid. Makes sense. No. That's pretty usual, to be fair. Thailand has TV and internet. It's all in black and shite, though. It's not. It is very colourful here, mate. Very colourful. Tribe call-outs and sign language. Yep, that's how we live over here. So 5 minutes to go here of game 2, and the Blues are going to win. That was a typo. Very disrespectful, Jay. I don't think they'll ever let you in. If I'm the Blues, I'll kick a field goal here just to take the piss. 4 tackle, 5 metres out. I'm telling you, you just kick a field goal, take the piss. I'm a Queenslander. Just do it. It's a bit of a laugh. You may as well. So Blues here with the ball, 10 metres away from the... Oh, it's a one-on-one strip. They're going to... No, it's not. All right, Blues, 10 out. They don't take the field goal. That's the most disappointing thing of the lot. And Queensland will be forced to drop out. 4.5 minutes left. Bailey says New South Wales spoke about winning it last year like it's such a big deal when Queensland basically win every other year. Last year was a big deal. Like, you've got to give them credit. Like, that was a big deal to win in Queensland in Game 3. That was a big deal. So you've got to be able to give them credit for that. With that being said, Queensland do have the ability to talk about, history and statistics and the trophies across time. Whilst when the Blues lose, they actually have jack shit to argue. So they need to win, right? The Blues need to win, whilst Queensland, if they lose, they can always fall back on the history, which, Blues fans will always say, oh, you only talk about history, just like every other sport does in regards to teams like Man United, who are utter dog shit, but yeah, only talk about their history. It's like, it is a valid argument, but the Blues need to, because their history isn't exactly unbelievable. So, no, I will absolutely say that Game 3 last year was an incredible feat for the Blues against all odds up there in Queensland. With that being said, they came into the series as favourites. Justin Button says, up, the Blues, Chi-Hu. But the thing is, as well, content creators are like, everyone tries to, force feed, Queensland should be favourites, this and all that based off of the previous year. But if you look at the actual team list on paper, there's no way that anyone should have thought Queensland were favourites this game. There's no way anyone should have thought that Queensland were going to win this game based off of the pre-game kind of analysis that you can come up with. Same thing kind of went with a lot of what happened last year with New South Wales. Blues 19 in a row in an unofficial competition that actually was deriving from Queensland players. Taz, because there was no professional rugby league competition in Queensland at the time. So everything was funneled through the New South Wales Rugby League. So that's why Parramatta was fantastic in it. So you're telling me as a Dogs fan, Daz, you allowed Parramatta to win 4 premierships in a row during your competition. Not 4 premierships in a row, sorry, 3 in a row, 4 in the space of 5 years or whatever it was. Right, so you're telling me you allowed this to happen? When Queensland came in, Parramatta never win nothing. Alright, so you should actually be grateful for Queensland. You should be grateful. NRL Sanders says, as a Blues fan, we shouldn't say Queensland don't get Origin because every time we're favourites, we always lose. Correct, but also Queensland don't get Origin is only in response to us saying that you guys don't get Origin based off of the history value. Alright, that's... New South Wales don't get Origin is quite literally just a response to Queenslanders saying Queensland don't get Origin. Don't get it twisted. Don't think New South Wales came up with that. That's just in response to our shit talk. No, it's not a joke, Skunkle. Everything's very serious. This is a very serious channel. Very serious channel. New South in your mouth. Skunkle, you are from Auckland. That's in New South Wales. Auckland, that is... Where is that? That's it's not quite Mudgee. It's in between Sydney and... it's Mount Druitt is there. You got to go through a bit of the Blue Mountains and whatnot. I think it's just on the other side of the Blue Mountains, is it? Just before you get to Mudgee. That's where Auckland is, right? So 2 minutes left here of this fantastic game that's coming down to the wire. Coming real red hot down to the wire here. Oh, it's Andy Katoomba. Adam says it's in New Zealand. No, Adam. You don't say. You're telling me Auckland? You're telling me James Tarmo's from New Zealand? No. No, Adam. Come on. Adam, let's not be silly now. You can't be telling me. So next thing you're going to tell me that Nuku'alofa and Apia isn't in New South Wales? Is this what you're about to tell me? Are you about to tell me that Auckland, Nuku'alofa, and Apia are not in New South Wales? That'll do me. I thought this was State of Origin. You know, Adam? I thought this was a State of Origin. Wellington's in New South Wales too, Bailey, yeah. So Fitzackle here with 50 seconds to go. Why didn't Adam Smart change his name? Didn't Jay hide Adam Smart last week or something happened? Entertainer says it's okay when a bad dream next Thursday is Women's Origin, definitely not May 15th. No. Women's Origin is tomorrow night, mate. Newcastle Knights versus Parramatta Eels. So it's going to be third tackle here for Queensland at the 15. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. I knew Jay said sayonara. I remember something. I couldn't really remember, but something happened. Tommy says, go the Blues. Hey, what happened Manly last week? But appreciate you've been a member 39 months, Tommy. But what about Manly? Yes, Scarl, cool. And Tane House is a Queensland fan. And this, my friends, is going to be the end of it. Queensland, they pass it off, and Brigginshaw, maybe with her last kick in Origin colours. No, give her game 3. You got to give her game 3, but she shouldn't be playing again next year. And there we have it, my friends. Queensland win 26-6 after 70 minutes. Adam says, "Oh wow, facts. Learn something new every day." I can't believe it. I just genuinely cannot believe. I can't believe what you've just said. Where you've just told me that Auckland, Nuku'alofa, and Apia aren't in New South Wales, because I'm pretty certain a few New South Wales players currently are actually born in those 3 places. But anyway, I appreciate you guys per usual. We'll see you tomorrow for the Newcastle Knights taking on the Squeals game, followed by the Bulldoggy Dogs vs Roosters. There is a genuine chance I may skip that Knights Eels game. I'm just throwing this out there, guys. I'm just throwing this out there. I might rather do my fitness class here for boxing and Muay Thai rather than watch the Newcastle Knights vs Eels. I just got to be completely honest with you, because that game looks like absolute dog shit. I got to be honest with you. But Bulldogs Roosters, I'll definitely be here for. Absolutely, 100%. All 3 games on Saturday: Dolphins, Warriors, Cowboys, Manly, and also Sharks, Storm is going to be a fantastic day. And then Sunday, obviously, I'll be here: Broncos, Dragons, Raiders, Titans, and Tigers, Rabbitohs. Be interesting with the Panthers having a bye. So yeah, Knights Eels is a very hot shot of maybe not getting streamed. But outside of that, and Tanner says we will beat the sorry ass Newcastle Knights. You are in. 17th spot. 17th. This is a battle of dribblers game. You know, hopefully we can provide a miracle on Sunday and get out of the bottom 4 dribblers, but dribbler squad is very much on right now. Actually, when I say always, the dribbler squad is like the Titans, the Knights, the Eels, the Warriors usually, and also there's another team that usually I put down there. Oh, the Tigers. 3 of those teams are currently back in the bottom 4. So my dribbler squad reign lives on. We just got to wait for the Tigers to fall down, lose 1 more game, and they could be back in. They're back in, son. So there we go, guys. I appreciate you as always. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, absolutely, for the Bulldoggy Dog versus the Rooster. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.